Good morning, you guys. Today is Sunday. It's been a second since I've recorded something with you guys, and I figured today, the day that I'm recording this, is the first day of fall. So let's do something today. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if it's just gonna be us reading or going somewhere or what, but we're gonna celebrate the first day of fall by spending it together. So the first thing that I want to do though is make a coffee. I want to make a latte. I've been still obsessed with my lavender lattes, and I found online that this same company on Amazon makes a pumpkin spice syrup. So I might have to try that one, but for now, we're gonna have a lavender latte. I'm also gonna make a bagel, and I think we're gonna spend the morning reading for a little bit. I'll show you my book that I've been reading. I have been reading The Search Party by Hannah Rochelle, I think is how you say the name. I don't know what the actual synopsis is about, but basically it's a group of people who used to be friends in college, now they're grown up, they all have kids, like that kind of thing, and they're headed out to this like glamping site that one of the friends decided to invest in. They like fully uprooted their life in London, moved over to this place to like create a glamping company. They're all there and something happens, and so now we're like getting bits and pieces of like then and now of trying to understand what exactly happened, because the prologue tells you that like something happened, maybe somebody died, but we don't really know who and like why and what. Like we don't know a lot, so we're slowly figuring it out. There's drama, and there is also just like people figuring out what happened. So that's what we're gonna do this morning. I did not go running with my running group even though it is Sunday. I just didn't really feel like it because yesterday was mine and Ryan's anniversary. So we had like a full day. We did a lot, and we went over to Orange County, and so that's just like a lot of driving on top of it. But it was really fun because on our way back we got to stop by our friend's house and meet their newborn, which was really great. So it was a fun day, but I already knew I was going to be really tired this morning, so I was like, I don't think I have it in me. So I'll do a workout later, but for now I want to be a little bit lazy. Let's make my coffee, and then we'll go in the living room and have our breakfast and read and just kind of hang out. I want it to be fall so bad, but it's like gonna be 80 degrees today, so you know what? We'll just pretend like it's fall. Okay, I'm also going to make myself a bagel and cream cheese. I got onion bagel? Onion, I don't know, something about onion on the bagel. And then I also got everything bagels. And then I got this garden vegetable spread. It's really good. And then I also got an onion spread. So I don't like to do like onion bagel with onion spread, just too much. So I kind of mix and match. So we're gonna make for breakfast. Yesterday, like I said, was our anniversary, and Ryan got me this really cute plant. I thought it was so adorable. I love the colors on it. So I have to figure out where to put this, because right now it's just been living in the middle of our little prep table that we have, and that just gives us less room to prep. So I feel like I've been having that struggle with a lot of our plants where like I just don't know where to put them, because the kitchen is what gets the most amount of light. Everything else doesn't really get a lot of light, so it's just hard because they all need a little bit of light. So I think when I last talked to you guys, P had just done his procedure. I don't even remember, but basically he had to do a procedure, a couple of things actually. The first is that he cracked his tooth, and then the second is that he had a mass underneath his arm that he had to get removed. So, that was a loud motorcycle. For the cracked tooth, the doctor actually ended up calling me during the procedure and suggested a different, like basically a root canal. And so we're going back this week to do that because he needed a specialist to come in and do that, so he wasn't able to do it himself. We did successfully clean his teeth and also remove the mass, and I just got the results back because I asked them to biopsy it just so that we knew what the mass even was, because I felt like if we were taking it out anyway, we might as well. It wasn't that much more to get it biopsied, so it was like, let's just know for certain. And it ended up being benign, and I don't remember what it was called, but basically if we would have left it for like a few years and just like not noticed it or whatever, it could have turned into like a blood cancer. So I'm really glad that he's fine and that, you know, everything was okay. We went back last week on Friday to get the stitches removed. So they primarily like went back into his skin, but there was some like little pieces sticking out still. So we had to go get them removed. So we did that, and that's when we got to like talk to the doctor and the whole thing. And now, yeah, we just have the last procedure, which is exciting that it's like almost all done. It's been a little expensive. I'm waiting to see how much insurance will cover, but at least he's healthy, and that's all I can ask for at the end of the day. We'll figure out the rest at another time. I think actually instead of sitting in the living room, I'm gonna eat over here in the dining area. We'll move over to like the living room area or somewhere else a little bit more comfortable once I'm done eating, but I'm gonna have some breakfast now and read my book. Just getting in the car with all my stuff. I was just reading, and obviously like you guys saw, I had my breakfast and everything, but I kind of felt like I wanted to go someplace today. And yesterday when we went to explore for our anniversary, we went over to the Irvine Spectrum and we got to like walk around the really big Barnes & Noble over there. And now I'm just itching to go walk around a store. So I think I'm gonna go to, there's like a mall that has a Target and a Barnes & Noble. I think I'm gonna prioritize Barnes & Noble, and then I may go over to the Target. It's kind of weird because there's actually two separate malls that are across the street from one another, and the Barnes & Noble and the Target are not far away, but a little far away. So I'm gonna go first to Barnes & Noble because that's like more exciting. I brought my Kindle just in case, but I just kind of want to like see what books I'm like super intrigued by. Maybe we'll go over to the library as well, but it doesn't open until noon. It's only 10 a.m. right now, so I'm kind of just like winging it. I just want to do something a little different, and yeah, that's kind of it. So let's head over. Ryan reminded me too that the mall and the library are actually walking distance from each other. So once it becomes like closer to noon, I could also walk over to the library. So that's an option. I brought my tote bag just in case. And yeah, let's head over to the mall. Okay, I'm just getting to the mall, and I just was like looking on the map to like make sure I was going in the right direction, and it said that this cafe so basically there's this cafe that's called La La Land, and I believe it was only in like Santa Monica or like the west side basically of LA, but I live nowhere near that area, so it just wasn't something that was realistic for me to go to. But I went when I went to go visit my friend in Dallas, because there's one in Dallas and they have one here now, which is crazy because like we're completely on the east side. So why is everything closed? Am I like missing something? It's 10:20 and I like so many of the areas are closed. I'm like, no one's here. Is the mall not open yet? Well, we might have to go to La La Land first then, but like there's so much parking and there's never parking on a Sunday. So I'm gonna just park and we will assess from there. I'm confused as to like why all the stores are closed, but it's 10:30. Maybe they open at 11. It does say that Barnes & Noble is open though, so I don't know, but we're gonna go and repark and then let's go to Barnes & Noble. Okay, I found a parking spot that I'm a little bit happier with. I realized that I kind of cut myself off earlier. Really all I was saying was that I was super excited about the fact that La La Land is like near me, because my friend and I had been so obsessed with it when we went to Dallas and got to actually like have it on a more consistent basis, and it was so good, and it's just like not close at all. So sometimes when we go into the office we're like tempted because there is one in that area, but it's just like never really worth it. So I might peruse and like go see if it's the same La La Land. I'm like 90% sure that it is, and if you guys have a La La Land by you, you should absolutely try it out. I forget what I got, but it was like a cloud latte or something like that, and it was so good. Anywho, let's go and see what's going on. I'm thinking, actually before we leave the car, let me look up like a random store. Okay, so I guess the mall actually opens today at 11, but every other day it opens at 10, but it does say that Barnes is open. So we only have 30 minutes until the rest of the mall opens, and I did want to go over to Brandy Melville. That opens at 11 as well. Okay, so we'll go to Barnes first, and then we'll go over to Brandy. Brandy's still there? I'm so confused. I thought that Brandy closed. Okay, well we have a lot to learn. I thought that the Brandy moved spots, so we're gonna have to like peruse a few areas, but we'll also go by La La Land and like just kind of see what's changed, because it's been a little while since I've been here. So let's go investigate.
but we've gone to a few stores. So I think I'm gonna go into the indoor mall now, and we are gonna actually go to Target. So let's see what we see over there.
All right, we're back in the car, and I didn't buy anything actually. There was like 2 books that I was like really excited about. This lighting is so green. There were 2 books that I was very excited about, and in my mind I was like, if either of those books are in the area, then I will buy them. But I went to both Target and Barnes & Noble, and the books were not there. I even like looked on the websites and they just didn't have them. So it just was not meant to be for myself. Now I'm heading home. I was originally wanting to stop over at the library, but for some reason I thought that it opened at noon, and it doesn't open until 1, and it's 11:50. So I'm not really wanting to like linger. I also went to Brandy like I wanted to, and there was this really nice bag that I really wanted. It was like the perfect brown leathery crossbody type bag, but like big enough to be able to carry a lot of what I want. Basically, I have this one crossbody bag that I'm obsessed with, but I got it at, I think I might have gotten it at a thrift store, and it's like a real leather bag, but the strap is like really messed up, and I just need to like figure out how to get it fixed. And I've taken it over to a person who works on leather, but he basically was like, you need to buy a strap and then you can come back and I can try to fix it. That's like part of, I want someone who like knows how to like match it well, and like, I don't know, it just, I was getting like weird vibes from the situation. So then I never looked into it, and so I saw this crossbody bag and I was like, oh my god, this is so similar to the one that I'm obsessed with. But I did not get it. I decided to wait. There was also like a couple of other like sweaters and things that I really liked, and then I walked by La La Land and I was so tempted because I saw that they have a bunch of like pumpkin stuff, but I had just had some coffee, and I know if I have another cup of coffee, I am going to lose my mind. So I decided against it. So we're just heading home now. I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the rest of the day, because I always think that I'm gonna like go to the mall and like sit somewhere and read, but there's not really a lot of reading spots, and Barnes & Noble took out all of their comfortable chairs. I think it's just because a lot of people like hang out there for way too long, which is fair, but it just is a bummer because I would have liked to have read there. So that didn't happen, and the library is just like not open yet. So we're kind of in like a weird limbo. I kind of want to take P somewhere too, like maybe a park or something, but I just don't know where yet. So I think what I'm gonna do for right now is just head home and maybe just like make lunch or something, so I'm not tempted to eat out, and then read for a little while. Anyway, got some walking in at least, and now it's noon and I'm ready for, what is that? This guy is like riding a bike, like, why is it so tall? Let's head home and spend some time hanging out on a Sunday. I feel like I never spend time on Sundays just like at home, so this is a little different for me. I'm not used to it. So yeah, let's go home. Okay, I fear I've been lazy. I made some lunch. I made myself a little burrito bowl, and then I just kind of like watched TV for a little bit. There was a new YouTube video for somebody that I watch, and she just came out with something new, and it was like an hour-long video, and I was like really feeling like watching that. So now it's finally time to get back into the search party. I was a little bummed because the only book I was really excited to buy, if I was going to buy one, was this one particular book. Let me look up what it's called. The God of the Woods by Liz Moore. I just saw this on a couple of different people's videos, and it sounded like it was actually like kind of spooky, and so I was really excited about it, but for some reason they didn't have it in any of the stores. So then I was considering signing up for a subscription for Book of the Month, because they have like a deal right now where you can get your first book for $5, but then I was like, I don't really want to commit to a subscription, even though I know you can like skip it and whatever. I don't need a subscription right now. So then I was thinking about buying it on Amazon, because I don't know why, but I really feel like reading it physically, but I think I'm just gonna wait and try to get it from the library. I was going to go to the library today, but I'm just kind of like not feeling it right now. So I think instead I'm just gonna chill in here, like hang out, whatever, and then we'll read for a little bit. And then I've been putting off some really simple tasks as always, like the laundry, things like that. So I think instead we'll just kind of spend the rest of the day inside and just kind of like get things together before Monday. I do have some important meetings happening this week, which is really exciting, but also that just means that like I want to be a little bit more put together this week and like just like prepare myself a little bit more for the week. So that's sort of like what I'm aiming to do. So all that just to say, I was being really lazy earlier, and now I'm going to go back into reading The Search Party. We are on chapter chapter 16, page 139, and we are 42% of the way through. So let's continue reading. I think I've been pausing a little bit only because some chapters are like 3 or 4 minutes long and then others are like 20 or 30 minutes long. And so going between the two sometimes is a lot. So we had a 20-minute chapter come up and that's when I was like, maybe I'll go to the mall. So I think it's time to get back into reading. So I just had dinner and I ate and relaxed a little bit, and now we are back on the couch. Ryan just headed out to go skateboarding, so now we're just like truly chilling at the house. I do have a few other things that I still need to do, like laundry and stuff like that. So actually I should probably start my laundry now so that I don't have to think about it later. But before I do, I wanted to tell you guys some updates. So I'm at exactly 50% of my book and I'm on chapter 19, page 166. Honestly, I think I only have, I have 4 hours left of the book, so I'm not really sure. I was gonna say maybe we can finish it tonight, but whenever I say that, it's like doomed that I'm not gonna finish it that night. So I'm just not gonna say anything and we'll see what happens. But I feel like this book has been really interesting because I think I briefly mentioned this at the beginning, but the prologue itself of the book talks about how there is somebody who died in some way, shape, or form, and we don't really know why, who, when, what, like we don't know anything. And so then it jumps into this weekend that all of these people had together with their friends and just like this glamping situation, but like the weather is getting worse and like the kids ran off and like wants to go have fun, but like none of the parents know where they're at, things like that. So there's like all these like bits and pieces, but then like they're almost like false alarms the whole time. It's kind of interesting. So it's like, oh my gosh, we don't know where the kids are. Oh, there they are. Oh, but we don't know where 2 of them are. Oh, they're like, there's just like so many little things like that that it makes you like slowly think like, okay, everything's gonna be okay, but obviously at some point things are not okay. So then it's like, when are things not going to be okay, and like what actually happened? When are we gonna find out what happened? It's pretty intriguing the way that it's written. Like it definitely makes you want to read more because you keep learning about like new things that are happening, like things that are devastating for the characters, but it's not quite like what we're anticipating, if that makes sense. Because like they don't know in their life, in their present life, they don't know that something bad is going to happen. So anything that it's not as bad as like death is devastating to them. So it's been very interesting so far. I am excited to read some more. I feel like so far it's like a 3 or a 4. And I feel like it's more the mood that I was looking for, like definitely like a little spookier, if that makes sense. So I'm liking it. So I'm going to do my laundry now. Enough chatting. It is 9:30 now and I am heading to bed. So I'm going to continue reading Search Party. I'm at page 200 and I'm 60% of the way through now. Glad I didn't promise myself that I was going to try to finish this tonight because I kept getting distracted. So it just was not going to happen, but we are learning more and it has been very intriguing what we're learning. But I am going to start heading off to bed. Hopefully you can't hear the dryer, but the dryer is still going. I'm gonna start heading off to bed because I have been waking up at like 5:30 or so in the mornings lately and trying to do my workouts in the morning. I haven't been super successful on actually doing the workouts in the morning, but I am trying, and I'm trying to consistently wake up early. So I wanna try to continue with that schedule. So I just got ready for bed and now I'm going to head off. So thank you guys so much for spending the first day of fall with me, spending a Sunday with me. I'm actually super excited because we're planning on redoing this room a little bit. Like, I just feel like there's a lot of wasted space and like a lot more that we can do with this room so that it's like more fun and cozy and all those things. And I feel like the fall time could be a really fun time, or like fall winter time. So I'm probably gonna start drawing stuff up for that. So hopefully more to come there. We have to obviously like make sure that Ryan likes everything too, but very excited about that. So I feel like there's been a lot of things brewing, so that's really exciting. Anyway, thank you guys. That's all for tonight or for today, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.